As our first quarter examinations are coming up, most of us are probably going to review. Well, some of us, of course. Let's just say some people, some students will take the path to reviewing a different let's just say in a different manner. For starters, we have the he's on backside. He's on backside. Recon. And then we have the
I'll keep you safe in these arms of mine. Hold on to me.
and we finally have the and yes, most of these are maybe probably us. Well, I'm not judging. Well, definitely I am, but I'm not judging everyone based off their reviewing methods. But the subject that most students will probably have a struggle to review is, well, math. But don't fret, our group X factoring are going to teach you how to solve for extracting the roots and then solve for quadratic formula. Here we go.
First, we're going to be talking about extracting the roots, and Tyler's going to be the one who's going to be giving the first example that we're going to be giving. Tyler.
First given is x squared minus 25 equals to 0. Let us first begin by isolating the square roots. Next, apply the square root properly. Lastly, the answers are negative 5 and positive 5.
The second example is going to be given by Josh. Josh?
Second given is 2 times the quantity of x minus 5 raised to 2 is equal to 32. So first we'll have to divide both sides by 2 so that we can cancel 2. We will now be having x minus 5 raised to 2. The quantity of x minus 5 raised to 2 is equal to 16. If you guys question where did the 16 come from, oh, well, basically we'll divide 32 and 2 to have 16. Next is we'll have to get the square root of all both sides, so that we will be gonna be having the square root of the quantity of x minus 5 is equal to square root of 16. So now we will have x minus 5 is equal to positive or negative 4. Since we have positive and negative, therefore we will be having two separate equations. First equation is x minus 5 is equal to 4. So we will solve for x. That it will become x is equal to 4 plus 5. Therefore x is equal to 9. Second equation is x minus 5 is equal to negative 4. So x is equal to negative 4 plus 5. So we will have x is equal to 1. So the roots of the given equation is 9 and 1.
The first given in quadratic formula is 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. And always check if it says standard form. Now, we can get our a, b, and c, where a is positive 2, b is negative 5, and c is positive 2. Now, we will substitute all of this value in the form of negative b positive or negative square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now we will have negative 5 and positive or negative square root of negative 5 squared minus 4, where a is 2 and c is 2 all over 2 times 2. Next, we have to simplify it. Negative times negative is equal to positive. That's why it became positive 5. Negative square root and then negative 5 squared is equal to positive 25 minus, and then we have to multiply the integers, which is negative 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is negative 16 all over 2 times 2 is 4. Next, we have to simplify the radical. We will now have x is equal to positive 5 or negative square root of 9. Why 9? Because 25 minus 16, so that is 9 all over 4. Now we have here is x is equal to positive 5 or negative square root of 9 all over 4. So 9 is a perfect square. Then we will also have x is equal to positive 5 or negative 3 all over 4. Therefore, we have to answer two solutions. The first solution is 5 plus 3 all over 4. Now we have x is equal to 8 over 4, and now we have x is equal to 2 because we simplify it to get the answer. The second one is 5 minus 3 all over 4. Now we have x is equal to 2 over 4, and now we have x is equal to 1 over 2. And that is our final answers. Next given is going to be given by Aljon. Aljon?
The second given example is we have 8x squared plus 2x minus 55 equals 0. And now we can get our a, b, and where a is positive 8, b is positive 2, and c is negative 55. Now we will substitute all of this value in the form of negative b, positive or negative square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We will now have negative 2 and positive or negative square root of 2 squared minus 4, where a is 8 and c is negative 55 all over 2 times 8. Next, we have to simplify it. We will now have negative 2 and positive or square root of 4 plus 1760 all over 16. Now simplify the radical. It will now become negative 2 and positive or square root of 1764 all over 16. But first, we all know that 1746 is a perfect square, so we have to find the square root of it. The square root of 1746 is 42. So now we have negative 2 positive or negative of 42 all over 16. So therefore, we will have to answer two solutions. First one is negative 2 and positive or square root of 1764 all over 16, and we simplify it, and it will become negative 2 and positive 42 all over 16, and then we will have 40 over 16, and the final answer is 5 over 2. The second is negative 2 minus 42 all over 16, and we simplify it, and it will become negative over 16, and this is the final answer. Again, this is Group X Factoring, signing off. Goodbye.
Yo estoy puesto pa'